Assalamualaikum, I'm Aliza Kim and this is Finding Him. Now in the previous two videos we talked about a few things that you need to work on. So 3 characteristics and 3 points of etiquette. And I gave you a few stories and a few tips on that. Now today we're going to be talking about looking like a Muslim. I'm going to give you first the rulings on, what you're supposed to cover, how you're supposed to cover, but not just only for women, but also for men. Okay? So now, in Islam, the parts of the body that you're supposed to cover, so the private parts are actually called aurah. Now, aurah, as I said, it's your private parts that need to be covered in front of anyone who is not a close relative. Okay, I'm going to give you one more Arabic word. A close relative is called a mahram. Now, there's lots of lists out there that tell you exactly who a mahram is and who a mahram is not. So I'm not going to cover it in this video. You can find that on Google. I think you can spell it as M-A-H-R-A-M. So anyone who is a mahram can see you without headscarf and all this kind of thing. And anyone who is not a mahram, they cannot. So you're going to have to put on the headscarf, okay? So now, we're going to start with the men because a lot of men kind of neglect that they also have private parts. But of course, private parts in Islam is a little bit different than private parts in regular life. I don't know how to say it. Islam, not Islam. Okay, so in Islam, men need to cover between their navel and their knee. Okay, now the strongest opinion that I read about is that it doesn't have to cover the navel and the knee, but it has to be the area between. Okay, now the only difference between normal life and salah or prayers is men usually between navel and knee, but during the prayers they have to cover their shoulders as well. Okay, now for the women, women need to cover their whole body except for the face and the hands. Okay, this is the bare basic. Okay, there's a whole discussion on, mahram, non-mahram, mahram women, non-mahram women, all these things. It goes into categories, but I promise I'm going to explain all of that in another video. Now I'm going to say hijab. Hijab is actually whatever you cover yourself with. So your clothes, your garments, whatever it is. And there is hijab for men and there is hijab for women. So hijab needs to cover the areas for the men. Hijab needs to cover the areas for the women. There's 3 basic rulings. First one is the fabric that you use for your clothes, they can't be see-through. And what's considered see-through? Anything that you can see through and you can see the color of your skin. That's considered see-through. So the cloth has to be thick enough, yeah? Second one is the cutting of your clothes needs to be loose-ish. Okay, so the shape of your body part and the size of your body part needs to be concealed. So loose and kind of just like draping over your body is nice. It has to cover your awrat in such a way that the body part, the shape and the size is not showing. Okay, and the last one, and this one is for women, the head cover, so the scarf, whatever it is that you're using to cover your head needs to extend over the chest. Okay, and I think I've given all of the references. If you look in the captions, you can get those references. So if you're just like, I'm not convinced, you can go and look for yourself. All right, so now remember, in the last 3 videos, you should actually watch all together because it's talking about the new you, how you represent yourself. So you want to represent yourself with better characteristics now. You want to represent yourself, showing that you do things in a different way now, in a better way. And also you want to represent yourself in the way that you look because now you're a Muslim. People are going to identify you as a Muslim. Obviously, Muslim women wear a headscarf and a lot of Muslim men grow a beard. I'll talk about that too another episode. But so Muslims are easily identifiable by the way that they look. So these things, start to practice. Please start to practice. And if you're having trouble, doing your hijab for the women, there's tons of tutorials out there. I promise. If you just go on YouTube, there's tons. Watch them and watch them and watch them and just get your own style. There's no regulation on how you're supposed to tie it or whatever color. Just make sure that it's modest and it's something that you're comfortable with. Just as encouragement. In the Quran, it says that Muslims should strive for betterment. Betterment doesn't mean perfection. I think I said that in the previous video. Betterment does not mean perfection. Allah doesn't need you to be perfect. He didn't create you that way. But He wants betterment, and this is the translated word from the Quran. What does betterment mean? It means like every day you do a little bit more. You get a little bit better. You get a little bit better. You walk forward. Even if you walk forward and somehow you stumble back, make sure that it's 3 steps forward and 1 or 2 steps back, not 3 or 4. Okay? So betterment is just trying your level best to just be a little bit better each and every day. Work on it. Okay? So that's what I want you, and also I want myself to do. Keep getting better and keep making yourself a better version of you. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video, and as always, if you liked this video, make sure that you also like it down there. Give me your comments if you want to, and remember to subscribe to the DOPS channel so that you can see all of the videos that I'm making and any new videos as well. And hey, I had a lot of fun talking in this video. I always have fun talking actually, but I thought, I had a lot of trouble figuring out how to cover myself in terms of the headscarf when I was a brand new Muslim. So I'm gonna give you a bonus track. Stay tuned for the next episode when I give you my very first hijab tutorial.